You're praying for provision, but are you doing anything? Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome back to Fearless Fridays. Today is Friday, March 26th. This is episode 83 of Fearless Fridays. And as always, I thank you for joining me and I welcome you to the show. Whether it's your first time watching or you're a return watcher, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back. Come on in, have a seat, let's chat. So, this is the idea that I want to talk about today. And it's just what I said in the beginning. You're praying for provision, but are you doing anything? Or what are you doing? You know, a lot of us have these dreams and these visions and these goals, these ideas of what we want to do in our lives, these big things. And a lot of times these things can be so big that we recognize that we don't really have everything that we need to carry it out. Everything that we feel we need is not exactly in place the way we want it to be in place. And so, because everything is not in place, we are praying and we're requesting and we're hoping and we're dreaming for provision and we're doing all of that, but we're not actually doing anything. We're not actually moving toward the goal. We're not actually working toward the vision. And so that is my question for you today. You are praying for provision, but are you doing anything? Or what are you doing? One thing that I have learned for myself, and this is just me, and I feel that this is true very often, I won't say all the time, but I think very often the provision that we need comes when we start to move. The provision that we need comes when we are on the path to the vision or on the path to the goal or on the path to the thing that we want. You know, we say, I wanna produce a feature film, and we're waiting for funding. But have you started writing it? Or you're waiting for equipment, camera equipment, lighting equipment, a crew, a team. But have you started writing it? You want to publish a book, and you want a publisher, you want a big name publisher. But have you started writing it? You want to start a new business and you feel like you need all this funding and all this backing and all these investors, but have you started doing the research? Have you purchased the domain name? Have you got your LLC or whatever it is that you need? Have you started moving? And so that's the question that I have for you today. You're praying for provision. You're praying for the money. You're praying for the equipment. You're praying for the team. You're praying for the supportive community. But what are you doing? If you want a supportive community and they came right now, what would you be doing for them to support? If you wanted to make a film, produce a film, and the money came right now, and the equipment came right now, and the crew and the team that you needed to get it done came right now, but you haven't started writing the film, what's the money for? What's it funding? What's the crew for? What are they working on? What's the equipment for? What is it going to be used for? You haven't done anything. And I think that this is so true. I've seen it in my own life, and I really think that this is true in a lot of circumstances. The provision that you need comes when you are moving on the path to the goal. It's not necessarily about being rich. It's not necessarily about being well connected. It's not necessarily about knowing all the ins and outs of how the business works and all of those things. What it's about is getting going, putting your hand to the plow, putting one foot in front of the other, get on the path and get moving. Do what you can do until the provision comes. And I guarantee you, once you get moving on the path to that goal, things will start to open up. And a lot of times, again, this is something that I've experienced for myself, a lot of times things that you didn't even know you had will start to reveal themselves. But they can only reveal themselves when you're on the path. They can only reveal themselves when you are moving. People that need to come into your life are positioned at different points on the journey, and you'll never encounter those people if you don't start the journey. You will never encounter those people if you don't start the journey. So again, I want to ask, you're praying for provision. You're desperate for provision. I need money. I need a team. I need equipment. I need a whatever. You're desperate for those things, but you're sitting still. You're resting and waiting. And I understand rest. Rest is a good thing, rest is a necessary thing. But you can still actively rest. You can still put your hand to the plow and do what you can do. You can put one foot in front of the other and get going on that path. And a lot of times that is what you need to do in order to receive the provision that you need. And it's really evidence of faith, you know. Faith says, I don't have everything that I need right now, but I'm going to get going and I'm going to do what I can do right now. And I'm going to trust and believe that when it's time for that thing to come to me, that it'll come to me at the right time, because I will be on the path that I need to be on in order to make this thing happen. So the point is, the point is get to work. There's something that you want, if there's a dream that you have, if there's a vision that you have, if there's a goal that you have, get to work. Do what you can do. Put yourself on the path. You want to be a published author? Get to work. Put pen to paper, put fingers to the keyboard, get to work. You want to produce a big budget film? Get to work, start writing it. You want to be a business owner or a franchise owner? Get to work, start doing the research. At least buy the domain name, at least do that. You know what I mean? Get to work. Provision comes when you are on the path to purpose, when you are moving purposefully toward the thing that you have in your mind. That's when your provision will come. But in order to see that, you got to get to work, you got to get moving, you got to be doing something. And then you will stumble across all the things that you need, and they will already be positioned on the path for you. But you'll never encounter them if you don't get moving. So get to work, get moving. That's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope that encouraged you or blessed you, or maybe even put a fire under you just a little bit. If so, that makes me happy. If so, leave a comment below, share, like, subscribe on YouTube, do all of those wonderful things. As always, the euphoria of fearlessness trumps the comfort of staying safe. Get on the path. The path is uncomfortable, but get on the path and the provision will come. I'll talk to you next week.